problemas, gracias aquí. Buena suerte.
If there's one time where it felt like we think this is going to work, it was probably when we won the social enterprise pitch.
Hi, I'm Chris, and this is Brad. Can anyone tell me what this is? Never mind, I only have 5 minutes, so I better just tell you.
Well, it was a cash infusion, but it was also just validation sort of from the community and from business leaders, and that we have a model that we think can be successful.
The idea that Chris had when they were pitching it to the pitch wasn't even the community bike shop at that point. It was more of like a bike-drawn transportation option for, I can't remember what they were doing, maybe like compost delivery or something via bike, like bike delivery. So it was fun to watch the sort of evolution of that idea through the process and to see what they were able to do when they got their hands on the pump house property at Reservoir Park, just making more connections in the community, getting their nonprofit status, getting their first funding.
At our heart, we're a community bike center. Our mission is around people and the benefits of bikes to people. And so, the community being involved has helped us, for example, to put on events, to raise funds, to raise awareness. Folks getting out and buying a used bike, people of means who could go out and buy a new bike someplace, choosing to come buy a refurbished old bike from us and making sure that their friends and people that they know were aware that they were doing that. That's really helped to build the buzz around us as an organization, and in turn that's all allowed us to focus on our programs and have the resources we need to reach out to people who maybe don't have those means. And as we've been able to do more of that, we've also been able to help build the culture of biking in the city.
Getting more people on bikes, is better for the downtown. It brings in business. I mean, if you get people on bikes and you have the infrastructure in place, you can take away a parking spot where you were previously getting one customer and put in bike corral where you're now getting 10 customers. And more money stays in the community.
Well, we're not a bike shop to begin with. We're a space where people can come and fix their bikes and learn about how to fix bikes, but we're a lot more than that. We're a community center. We bring people together from all walks of life.
So we do that through a variety of programs, mainly our Earn a Bike program, which are after school. It's for kids 12 to 17. We teach them how to overhaul an entire bike and then teach them the skills to ride safely on the road. At the end of the class, they get to take their bikes home.
Our greatest success story, Damasen, is one of our favorite kids. He was a member of one of our first Earn a Bike class, and he didn't speak very much English. He's a refugee from Rwanda. He's here with his entire family. He's very interested in it, so we worked with him, and he came to class, and he came every other day, even if we didn't have class, and he was here all the time. And once he graduated from class, and he had the tools and knowledge, and so he came back and built bikes for his brother and his other brother and his sister and his dad. And so he's got his whole family on bikes, and he pretty much comes every day that he is available to, if he's free to come, he's here in the shop. We've really seen him grow as a person.
In addition to that, we do a number of other advocacy things, including Women on Wheels, which is a great initiative to get more women riding together. We've been involved in things like Slow Ride Lancaster, other cycling advocacy events to raise awareness of the benefits of cycling and to also call attention to the need for more cycling infrastructure, more knowledge around safety, things of that nature in the city.
I think it resonates with people when you take something that's so, unvalued and unused and take it to something that's vibrant and thriving, and the center of that whole area now is so encouraging, and people resonate with that and see that as a metaphor as well for what they can do in the community.
So we started working with Church World Service to provide recent refugees with transportation via bikes. So we provide them with a bike, a lock, a light, and a helmet.
So we were actually getting bikes from Goodwill. They weren't always of the best quality, and they also weren't consistent because it was very dependent on what Goodwill had. Also, we have volunteers who offer their time to transport refugees, which we still have and are super helpful, but it's still relying on someone else instead of being able to say, I have to get to a doctor's appointment, I'm going to take myself, and a bike enables them to do that and is easier to get than a car.
My name is Junison.
Junison?
Yes.
Okay. So this is Bellarmino, and this is Junison. And today, Bellarmino has been volunteering with us through Church World Services. And we also have a program with Church World Services providing bikes for recent refugees. And that's what Junison came to us today, looking for a bike so he can get around and get to work. And so this was the bike, and Bellarmino actually helped to fix it up.
I think Commonweal is a huge part of helping Church World Service get bikes for refugees and getting them where they need to go. And I don't know if we would be able to provide that without the Commonweal support.
So seeing how they're coming up with like creative ideas in response to whoever walks in their doors, it's been encouraging, and I think it's not going to stop. I mean, that's just a part of the DNA of the whole thing.
You don't need special clothes. You don't need to be clipped in. You can just kind of get on your bike, and if you have a rack and some panniers on it, you can go to market and fill up your groceries and get to where you need to go. That's really what we've been all about, is kind of working to break down those barriers and just make people see that it's really simple and can make a big difference.
We always have a need for donors, whether that be money or used bicycles that aren't being used anymore, parts, tools, all that kind of stuff, or just a donation of time. Being in the shop, being one of those folks that helps the kids along, maybe not teaching them how to fix bikes, we can do that ourselves, but showing them positive role models, being there, caring, showing kids that adults are here and they care about you. We really like having people in the shop all the time, so as many people as we can get coming and going from the shop, that's gonna help us grow our reach.
We look forward to, as the Commonweal goes on, for the next few years, few decades, and sees different stages of growth and expansion, and perhaps other organizations like us come into the community. We look forward to continuing to build community and continuing to see people come together around it, and we hope that those people who have passion to do things like that in the city and make a difference will be inspired by what we're doing and realize that it is challenging and it takes a lot of work, but you don't have to know everything before you get started. You don't have to have the best connections. You don't have to have much. You just have to have a heart for what you're doing and believe in it, and you can make a difference in your community. One person, one small group of people, you really can. And if we can help some people see that, in addition to getting out on bikes, that's another win for us, for sure.
Yep, good. Everything good? Good.